Hello and welcome to a bonus. Let me adjust the volume there. A
How
bonus
about that?
video for this. We had an absolutely amazing question posed to us while we were at Westside as we're recording this last night for episode 200 of the Weekly Pint, and we thought,
Yeah.
we have got to do a bonus about this, and it's got to be a video just because it is a very fun question. But before
Sure.
we get into the question, we're going to make this kind of a quick one. We're going to try our best to stick around 20 minutes. Marco, what are you going to be drinking during this recording?
I have a new one. It's an Imperial Headhunter here
No way.
on draft at Higher Gravity Summit Park.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Looks amazing, looks clear. I'm drinking one that I've never had, but the name of it I keep giggling at, and I've got to do it. This is apparently an extra dank IPA
Extra dank.
called Big Doinks. Big Doinks. And
Yeah.
okay, so the can, this is by Fair State Brewing, which is, I believe they're newer to the Cincinnati area.
Are they really?
I think so. I don't remember hearing about Fair State before. I could be completely wrong, so correct
Don't know.
me if I'm wrong.
Don't know about Fair State.
But Big Doinks, a love letter to our favorite West Coast IPAs. Sticky, resinous, bitter, maximally dank, and crisp.
The sticky icky.
Notes of citrus rind, pine trees, and other stuff. This is actually in collaboration with Fair State Brewing Collaborative Workers Union. So I haven't had this until right now, so we'll see if it is.
All right, cheers.
How doinky it is. Jeez.
Yeah. How doinky. Do you get any doink?
It doesn't smell as dank as I would think for it being an extra dank IPA.
No
but
dank
we'll
or
see.
doink?
No danks. Maybe some doinks.
I don't know. I mean, go ahead. See what you think.
That's not as
Doinky or danky?
as I would. Ooh, but the hop bite kind of on the back end.
Yeah.
I'm good with this.
Yeah?
The doink is real.
Okay.
Did you?
Real doinks.
You've had Imperial Headhunter many a time, but have a sip. Make sure it still tastes just as wonderful now as it has in the past.
Yeah, it tastes just like the last one I had.
Awesome.
Very
All right,
consistent.
so let's get to our bonus question for the week, for the month. I don't know, whatever we end up doing for this.
Hi, everybody, by the way.
Hi, Marco.
Last time you saw us on video, we were helping you with holiday scenarios.
Yeah. What
Is that
beers
what
to
it
bring for
was?
certain holiday scenarios.
And
Or-
wine. We helped you with wine.
Correct.
Let us know how much that helped.
But also, even more recently than that, you may have seen Marco on an episode of Thirsty Thursdays with the Brewery Explorers.
That's true. That did happen.
And both of us on episode 200 of the Weekly Pint,
That's right.
which is where this question came from. So shout out to Chris for posing this question to the group. And we really didn't have time to dig into it and answer the
No,
question.
not really.
So we want to do that now. And this question on this wonderful blue Post-it note is,
Okay.
if a hot, sexy alien landed in your backyard, what brewery are you taking them to and why?
Okay.
So we've had, as of now, less than 12 hours to think about this question. We only decided
Less
when we
than
showed up.
24.
Oh, yeah, less than 24. I don't know. Math is dumb. Well, no, I mean, because we didn't even really know that we were going to do this as a question, as a bonus, until we showed up here. So
Okay,
less
if you
than
wanna
12 is technically
Sure.
right.
If you want to subtract time, that's fine.
Why not? So there are a lot of absolutely amazing breweries in the Cincinnati area, as you know, or you should know by now. But if someone or if a being arrived that had no idea about any of this, and they just showed up in your backyard, and they were good looking, and you're like, I want to take this being out. I'm going to show them a good time at one of the best breweries in the area. Or maybe not the best, but what would you do? Would you take them to what you feel is the best representation of a brewery here in Cincinnati? Would you be apprehensive and say, I don't know that I want to share all my secrets about Cincinnati craft beer with this, unidentified being, so I'm not going to take them to the best. What would you do?
I'm going to further put some clarifications on this, or go a little bit further, make it more relatable in a sense.
Sure.
And so in dreams, people, I've heard this through channels. You can't see faces that are not real or that don't exist in dreams, or that you haven't seen already.
Yes, I've heard that as well. Yes.
So let's pretend that this being ends up being somebody that is copying a person that you already know in real life, much like
just copying their image, or like copying them as acts like them
as a person, acts like them. Okay. Much like, do you remember the movie, terrible movie Critters back in the day?
Yeah, God, it's
been
forever.
Critters.
Yes.
The bounty hunters would be able to look at an image and then take on the form of that image.
Yes.
So let's pretend that this alien being was able to take on the form of whatever person I deemed it took the form of.
Okay.
And then who is that form, and where would you take them?
Okay, that's fair. So where would
start.
you? Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, because I made up that just now.
This is true.
So I put the pressure on you.
So it's only fair to throw this at me first. Okay.
Yeah, it's like,
so
throw it at you.
And I want to preface that any of my answers are not any slights against any breweries that I don't mention, because
Hold on.
There are too many.
This is all fictional.
Right.
And nobody in our personal sphere, nor should anyone in the brewing industry take any slight to any of this.
Right. We have to pick one.
This is for comedic purposes only. Don't get your butt hurt or titties in a twist, or I don't know what other body parts I need to
we'll leave it
qualify
at that.
with any of that.
We'll leave it at those. I think my answer would be twofold. One might feel like a cop-out answer, but I legitimately would take anyone or anything that showed up and is like, take me to a drinking establishment that represents Cincinnati. There would be two places that I would take them to. The first place I would take them to would be to either of the higher gravity locations, because they do try to focus a lot on local craft beer, and local being like the general tri-state area, in Ohio, not just Cincinnati, but they do put a focus on Cincinnati craft beer. They just released some incredible stats about their sales rates and what beers are selling. But there's just such a huge variety here that I feel like anyone, any being, anything could get a good idea of the types of beverages that Cincinnati has to offer at one of the higher gravity locations. Now, if I have to take them to a brewery, and specifically a brewery and not a bottle shop, somewhere that only sells or mostly sells their own product, it would be one of two places, and I can't make up my mind on which one is like the one. So you're getting, look at that, you guys can see my air quotes. This is wonderful. Either Fibonacci, because everything they do is absolutely amazing, from the beer that they make all the way down to just their philanthropic views, if that's the correct word, or Narrow Path, for kind of those same reasons. The beverages, the beer is phenomenal at both places. Both places have the kind of environment that you want to just sit and get to know someone in. There's nothing about either location that does not scream, this is what Cincinnati craft beer is all about. So that would be where I would take that being. One of those three places. And now I throw the question over to you.
And what form did that being take? I'm sorry?
I don't know. All I know is it's a familiar. They seem familiar to me, but I did not put anyone's specifics.
Okay, so Julia's
face
taking
or-
Channing Tatum to, Fibonacci, and then to Narrow Path.
and then higher gravity. Yeah.
And higher gravity
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Channing Tatum, faux clone, alien, whatever.
Not the actual Channing Tatum. Yes.
No, you would take them to far different places.
I would take them to Jeff Ruby's and make them pay for my meal.
What are you ordering at Jeff Ruby's?
Steak.
Well, what type
The
of steak?
biggest steak, Wagyu. I mean, whatever the most expensive, best steak is. If
Okay.
someone else is paying for the meal, abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, very good.
How about you? Alien shows up in your backyard.
I would let
They
Channing
look for-
Tatum pay for my steak for sure.
Okay, what about the faux Channing Tatum or whoever the alien being appears to for you? Where are you taking them that represents or that you feel could potentially represent Cincinnati craft beer, or to where you just feel would be a good place for a person, being, entity, whatever this falls under?
Yeah, it's a little difficult
It's
for
weird,
me
yeah.
because I'm trying to avoid a place that I have work ties to. However, place I have work ties to has many different locations, and then we offer not just beer, but we offer spirits of so many different.
But if you feel like that's the best representation, this is your
I don't
hand.
know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's like I don't.
It's a hard question to answer.
Well, I don't.
You know?
I don't. I think a stop on the list. Okay, so here's what I'd say.
Here we go.
A stop on the list should be Cincinnati Distilling's place in Milford.
Milford.
Cincinnati Distilling's a great place. Get some fantastic food.
You also get an art gallery when you're there.
That's the other thing. There's
You're-
an
that's true.
art,
That's good.
There's
That's a
an
good point.
art gallery on the second floor. Who else has that? There's actual art. If you want to see some art from a local artist, and you have an interest in decorating your home with local art. My wife and I, back when we lived in Florida, we have 3 pieces of art from a local Florida artist that we have, and those pieces of art are phenomenal, and so it's not out of reach for, let's say, somebody who wants to spend a little bit of money on some real, local.
Right. I believe Darkness
art.
Brewing has local art on their walls that you can buy as well.
They do.
But it's not in a gallery format like Cincinnati Distilling is,
it's
to
not.
where you show up to get a drink, and at the same time you can essentially walk through an art gallery,
Yes.
a candy shop, a gift. I mean, I understand that. I understand that. Yeah.
So I love that, and you can also taste so many different things. Yes, you can taste beer. By the way, it probably has the smallest offering of beer, other than when the rooftop is open and they have so much beer available.
Okay.
So I'd say Cincinnati Distilling. Next, I would take Channing to.
So it's Channing for you as well.
Well, I'm using yours.
It's hey, you know
it's
what?
not mine. I
don't
using
judge.
yours.
I don't. Hey, whatever.
It's not mine. I'm using
All right,
yours.
All right.
You get me on the like I'm gonna. Shit.
No judgment.
I'm smarter than that.
Shit.
Shit. You don't have a button?
I don't know how it translates.
Okay, very
over
good.
all the things. I do. I mean, I can hit it and see if it translates over to the video. Because I mean, why not? So let's see if this works.
Shit.
Classic. If you heard that, if not,
Sorry.
shit.
Yeah. Shit. Let's see. Where would I?
Is there anywhere else, or is Cincinnati Distilling, Millcroft, the place?
Well, no. I mean, let's say.
It's hard to pick. I'd want to take it.
2 or 3 places.
Sure, okay,
Let me pick 2 or 3 places.
All right.
And you picked like for real.
We can have the same answer.
Already places I would have picked.
We can have the same answers. There are no
like
rules to this
70
game.
to 100 places in the area, and we
right.
would have picked the same 3. Actually, that's not that far off from realistic.
We share notes.
I would say, I'm gonna
tell me while I sip on my big doink.
I'm going to go, I don't think it's outside the box, but I'm going to go a little bit outside of what everybody may think. I'm going to say you should go to Hoppin' Vines right here near Kenwood. And
okay.
Great wine list. Mm-hmm. So if they like a wine, go there. And we've already said higher gravity. We're good. But they have an enormous craft beer selection. And then you get to Duckpin Bowl, which Duckpin Bowl is high on my list to take anybody that I want to take out to go experience things and have fun, and is not trying to like, hey, I'm here and we're gonna hang out, and I don't care, that like you're like, we're not trying to swap DNA. Like, let's go to Hoppin'
Just
Vines
something to
and
do.
Duckpin Bowl.
Okay.
I think it's
I think
it's a really cool place. Next, I don't know if this is going to be a popular or unpopular place.
It doesn't matter. It's your choice.
I am going to take them to Jungle Jim's Fairfield.
Oh, that's perfect.
I am going to take them to Jungle Jim's Fairfield.
That is perfect. Yes. They have a bar. Like they have
a bar.
Yeah.
You can get craft beer. You can peruse all the lanes, all manner of craft beer.
I mean, that is global.
We can get liquor. We can get cigars. We can get all the food that we want. We can get everything. It doesn't fucking matter.
That is a brilliant answer.
Everything
that a brilliant answer.
Want. I'm going to Jungle Jim's Fairfield. The other thing
you can
is
get clear ice spheres.
Yeah.
At Jungle Jim. I mean,
we can get
everything.
The liquor store, we get bourbon, whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say is that I understand, depending on the day, like it's a hassle. Don't care. The other thing I'm going to say also is that freshness is something to be aware of.
That's true.
Because
and that's anywhere you go. You know what I like?
Because they carry so much stuff. Just be aware. Like, if you want the oddest of oddest shit,
it might have been sitting there for a bit.
It might have been sitting for a bit. But that's what I'm going to say. That's where I'm going to take them. Especially since we're keeping it above board. These aren't people trying to
do anything other than just take me to somewhere that I can
need me to impregnate them, or they're trying to impregnate me. We're just like above board. You know, where am I taking people?
So to wrap up this bonus episode, this bonus video, I'm so glad that we were able to get the time to put together another video for everyone.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Chris. We appreciate the question. that you posed. You didn't really
Cheers,
know that
Chris.
you were posing this question to us to answer in a video format. But to kind of recap before we end this, if an alien being landed in your backyard and you had to take them to a local, I think the original question was brewery, but we kind of threw in drinking establishment. The options that are top on Marco and I's list are Higher Gravity, Fibonacci, Narrow Path, Jungle Gyms, and Cincinnati Distilling / the Millcroft Gallery. Does that check all the boxes?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for a few minutes, and let us know in the comments, where would you take an alien being that just appeared in your backyard, either taking the form of Channing Tatum or someone else that may or may not be familiar to you? Where are you taking them for a drink? Be curious to see what you think.
Yeah,
Until
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And you don't have to out yourself or whatever. Just
I mean, I think it puts your name in the YouTube comments or whatever you have as your.
but
Whatever,
we're gonna
but-
say.
Oh, yeah, we're not gonna-
Oh. No, we
It's
totally
fine.
say.
Let us
we
know.
Totally say,
Let us
hey,
know.
so Richard, Blankenship said, really love to have, Jessica Simpson
Yep.
show up in my backyard,
Just
and
let
I
us
would
know the
take them
location.
to,
We don't-
blah blah blah.
We don't need to know who they look like. Just let us know where you take them. And with that, we'll see you guys in the
Cheers,
future.
everyone.
Cheers.